Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to another show, Jim Hall, You Ought to Know, right here in Victorville, 7th Street in Victorville. And look, we're right here. The old truck is here, and we're at Johnny Reb's. Put a little south in your mouth. That means barbecued ribs, pulled pork. You know the routine. I love the beans, and it's all here today. And today, well, we're going to do kind of the usual thing. We're going to see how many ribs we can get the gang to eat. We're going to sample some of the appetizers and talk about the great food and meet some of the great people right here at Johnny Reb's. 7th Street is where we are. If you need more information, you can call them. They're at 955-3700. That's area code 760-955-3700. Johnny Reb, simply because you ought to know. Food coming up in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Jim Hall, You Ought to Know, at a familiar place right here, 7th Street in Victorville. In fact, a lot of locations. We'll talk about that in a second, but we're back at Johnny Reb's. In fact, write this phone number down, 760-955-3700. And Nina, back on the show. We are.
Yes. Hi, how you doing?
Good. Now, introduce everybody that's here with us today.
Okay. This is Heather. She's one of my managers here.
Heather was here last show, right?
Yep.
And, well, have you got off duty and gone home since we were back here?
No, I'm still here.
All right. And
this is Sean Cuddy, one of my new managers.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good to see you. And tell us about food service background for you.
Well, I've been in the food business since I was 16. And I started as a busboy, and then I went to server, and then now I'm managing. So,
all right. So everybody gets the chance to work their way up and do their thing. See, I started out when I was 1. No, actually, when did I start eating solid food? That's how I equate my food.
6 months.
Yeah. But we're going to do the whole thing here today because it's Mardi Gras season.
Yes.
We were here last year for Mardi Gras season, right?
Yes, you were. We had a lot of fun last year also.
Well, that's one of those things where it brings out a lot of people. Now, we got Fat Tuesday coming. Is there any relationship to that in food? Or?
Yeah, definitely. Basically, Fat Tuesday and Mardi Gras is just about indulging yourself with good food, having a lot of fun, and just having good times.
And I have to give something up for Lent then if I participate. Is that right?
Yes, you do have to give something up. I might give up chocolate. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to kind of start backwards here a little bit today. Well, let's start down here. I'm going to ask you one of your favorite foods here at Johnny Reb's. One of your favorite foods.
probably the baby back ribs.
Baby back.
Baby back ribs, yeah. I like them just, the meat falls right off the bone. And I don't know, I'm just a rib guy. I just like ribs.
All right. What is your favorite thing here at Johnny Reb's?
My favorite's the tri-tip sandwich. Tri-tip sandwich, it's good. It's on a French roll, and it comes with onions, tomatoes, and lettuce. And our tri-tip, to me, is one of the best meats that we have right now. So.
All right. Nina, what about you?
Actually, my favorite is one of the specials that we're featuring now, and that's the cheddar cheese grits. I cannot get enough of those.
Cheddar cheese grits.
Yes, cheddar cheese grits. It has butter in it, cheese, and a little bit of Texas Pete hot sauce in it, and you top it off with the Cajun sausage also.
So anybody that's into the Southern breakfast can always order grits? Are they on the menu all the time?
Yeah, they're on the menu for breakfast, not for lunch and dinner, but right now during the specials we will be offering it for lunch and dinner.
Well, we have to always talk about the ribs because that's one of the popular things here.
Yes.
And, of course, you do a lot of the smoking of your own stuff here, right?
Yes, definitely. We smoke everything ourselves here. We smoke the pulled pork and the beef brisket. We put those in at nighttime, and we come in the morning, and then we take the first cook one takes those out. So those are smoking for about 10 to 12 hours a night.
And that's every day you do that routine that you're getting ready to open. Now,
yes.
You're in winter hours as we're here for this particular show.
Yeah, in winter hours right now. We're closed every Monday now, and then we open up in the morning time at 8:30, close at 8 p.m., and Fridays and Saturdays we close at 9 p.m.
Okay, so you still get the breakfast crowd and the lunch crowd and the dinner
Yes,
crowd?
definitely. And we serve breakfast every day till 1. Mm-hmm.
So for those folks that like the old country style, they can still get breakfast in the middle of the day.
Definitely. If you're a person who wakes up late like me and Sean, you still got time to make it for breakfast.
All right. Breakfast items. Favorite breakfast item? Because Southern cooking is a lot different.
Very different. My favorite is the biscuits and gravy with sausage. It's not.
Secrets in your gravy here?
Of course, I can't tell you.
Tell us about that. Heather, what about you? One of your favorite breakfast type deals?
My favorite's probably you could get catfish in the morning for breakfast. So I like to eat catfish with eggs and grits and a biscuit. That's what I like.
I've not even put that together in a sentence. Catfish and eggs, but that's okay. How about you?
My favorite is probably the breakfast, the sausage patties. You know what I mean? They got kind of a little spice to them, and I get the spuds, of course, because they throw everything but the kitchen sink on top of them.
What, smothered in the gravy?
Not in the gravy. It's got cheese, tomatoes, mushrooms, sour cream, avocado, everything you can think of, and so it gets you to start your day off right.
Well, let's talk about the Mardi Gras promotion that's going on. Talk about some of that. What's going on during this particular season here at Johnny Reb's?
Yeah, with the Mardi Gras, like I said, it's really just indulging yourself, having a whole lot of fun here. Just want to have a party here. We're going to have beads, giving them out to everybody that ordered the specials. We have the some shrimp specials, Cajun shrimp specials going on. The French beignets, those are back, and that's very popular with everybody. That's something that's very popular in New Orleans right now.
You got some stuff you're going to show us today. We're going to sample food as we always do, and we've got to formulate some kind of a little rib thing going today too. So we'll do that too.
Okay.
But we'll be back to talk more. Now, catering service still available, and people can always call in, right?
Yes, definitely. They can call in and place an order for catering deliveries. They also can do it online, and if you want to place a small order online, you can get 10% off also.
And how do I do that? JohnnyRebs.com?
Yep, JohnnyRebs.com.
Wow. All right, now we're going to talk about the locations. I mentioned there's other locations here in Southern California. Been to them all, and we'll be back here. We're on 7th Street in Victorville at Johnny Reb, simply because you ought to know. Stay with us. Food yet to come. Welcome back, everybody. Jim Hall, you ought to know it. Johnny Reb, 7th Street in Victorville, and I told you there were, there's a few locations around Southern California. Where are we all at?
You have the original one that's in Long Beach. That's been there for 26 years plus now. And then you have Bellflower and Orange.
Bellflower and Orange, Long Beach, and
Victorville.
And can't believe it, but it's been here now how long?
6 years now. Yeah, it's been a long time now.
We were here for the grand opening. I think we devoured, I don't remember exactly, 124 pounds of ribs or some ridiculous number.
Wow, are you serious? I wasn't here for that. That's a lot of ribs.
We're going to do that today, and in fact, it's you and me.
What?
How many can you eat?
Ribs?
No, actually, we got the whole gang out here from Odyssey Television, so they're going to sample some of the food. So let's get into it. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. First off, I'm going to ask you, coming from the kitchen, talk about the smoking process again for me with the ribs and the meat.
We smoke all our ribs, 10 to 12 hours. We put them in at night, you know what I mean? And they start smoking them then, and we set them, and then the cook comes in the morning and takes them out. You know what I mean? This way the meat falls right off the bone, super tender, and you get that hickory smoked wood taste.
And you do get that flavor. That's what we were after. All right. Now, out of what you see out here, Heather, take a look around here. I've got to ask you, favorite thing you see on the table today?
What?
Your favorite thing, one thing.
One thing? Oh my gosh. Oh, probably the new red velvet cake over there in the corner.
You're going by the eye candy, aren't you? The appeal.
Pick one. I like everything. I don't know. I love food.
I saw something out there that I like real special at the moment. But what about you? Eye appeal right now?
For me, eye appeal, I would have to go with the catfish. That's looking
Catfish?
really nice, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to start right in the middle of the table and ask you about the sausage because this is beautiful to me. So that's where I would go. So talk about that particular plate for me. Talk about the
this
sausage.
one right here, you have the 3 sausages on there, our Cajun sausage that we keep all the time, and then we have the andouille and the Boudin sausage that's in for this special right now. And they're very original and basically from New Orleans. The Boudin sausage is stuffed with rice and meat, and then your andouille is a little bit more spicier than our regular Cajun sausage, and the Cajun sausage is stuffed with like peppercorns and potatoes and everything mixed in there with.
And this is a dinner type plate or a lunch plate?
Yeah, you can get it for lunch or dinner, or you can get it for breakfast also because it has the cheddar cheese grits on it also.
Yeah, all right. So I can get, and it comes with all 3 sausages.
Yes, all 3 sausages.
That's got to be a different spice in your mouth when you get. Yeah, I would imagine that.
It's really nice, and like I said, it's really original, and it's nice. It's a real southern, really southern and authentic with New Orleans.
All right, let's get down to some desserts. Let's start backwards today.
Okay.
We didn't do that before. Let's do it this time. Let's go right down to the end of the table. Come on, guys. Everybody down here, take a look at this and tell me what this is.
This is our homemade fried apple pie. We roll the dough out ourselves, and we put the rotten apples in the middle of it, and then we close it up and we deep fry it, top it off with the ice cream and the cinnamon sugar sprinkle.
And you need to order this one if you come in. You know you want that, order it ahead of time.
Yeah, this one takes about 7 minutes, so it's not just a dessert sitting around.
All right.
Okay.
Heather, talk about this one for me right here. Take a look at that, everybody.
That's our homemade drop biscuit peach cobbler. We use the same dough for that as we use for the biscuits. And then we put the peaches on the bottom and a cinnamon sugar sprinkle on top of that, as well as the dough again on the top crust.
All right. And I'm going to have some of that right there. What is that on the end? It matches your shirt, actually.
Yeah, that's our red velvet cake. It's actually something new that we just recently started serving. It's on our Mardi Gras special menu. And it's good. It's got a lot of sugar, so it gets you going.
Well, I got to ask about the big bone down here. Now, look, we've got our centerpiece there. Did somebody just finish that over here in the kitchen?
Yes, we did. No, that's actually our smoked dog bones, and we treat those just like how we do everything else that we smoke. We season it, and then we put it in a smoker for about 2.5 to 3 hours. Yeah. Pull them out, let them cool down, wrap them up, and then they're all ready for the dogs.
So you do sell those?
Yes, we sell a lot of those.
What does one of those sell for?
That's $9.78 with tax.
All right. So a dog can work on that for a few minutes, huh?
For a while.
Yeah. All right, let's go right down the table and take a look here, everybody. We're going to talk about some of this, and then we're going to come back and sample some food here in just a little bit. Right here, we have describe that.
That's the full rack of our beef ribs.
Full rack.
Full rack. That's a full rack. So it's going to be 5 bones to go along with that. Then you have the barbecue pinto beans with it, black eyed peas, and a biscuit.
All right. And then we talked about, you mentioned catfish. Talk about your catfish right here.
This is our deep fried catfish dipped in a cornmeal batter, and that's deep fried for 6 minutes. And then here we got the blackened catfish, and that's grilled a little bit more healthier with Cajun seasoning sprinkled on top of that.
So I have a choice when I order a catfish, either blackened or...
Yes, blackened or deep fried.
Okay. The sausage plate that I really like. And then here's you mentioned baby backs that you really like. Come down and talk about the baby backs.
Like I said, the baby backs are one of my favorite, you know what I mean? They got that hickory smoke taste, you know what I mean, which is original to us at Johnny Reb's. And then the meat falls right off the bone, you know what I mean? If you don't want to use your hands, you don't have to, but that's the fun way to do it.
All right. We're going to be right back to sample some of the food, and I'm going to show you some more of it here at Johnny Reb's. Now, write this number down. It's 760-955-3700. You can call for catering. You can call for reservations. You can call ahead. You can actually go to johnnyrebs.com and place an order.
Yes, for 10% off.
It's just that easy. We're going to be right back. It means food time is coming up. We're going to sample. We hope you will, too. Stay with us, simply because you ought to know. Stay here. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We're in the midst of food here at Johnny Reb, 7th Street in Victorville, 760-955-3700. And Caden arrived. You can hear him back here somewhere. Connor's here. The whole gang is here. And I found out, actually, I just realized that there's an anniversary being celebrated as we're doing this particular show, so we'll talk about that in a couple minutes, too. Nina, we got to get right back to some of these things here that we're talking about. We got appetizers out here. What do we have?
We have the fried green tomatoes right here. That's really original and southern for us right here. And I don't think too many other people have these in California. It's the fried green tomatoes sliced, and then you have the cornmeal batter on top of it sprinkled with bacon.
Okay, and then we come right down here, and one of my favorite things is...
Yes, the fried dill pickles. We like to call them frickles here.
Frickles.
Delicious. That's probably one of the most popular ones here.
Okay. And another appetizer, popular thing here, too. I know a lot of people get this at lunchtime. I watched them.
Yes, the fried okra. That's very popular also. You can't get that too many places either, the fried okra.
Okay. Now talk about this plate over here, Heather. I saw this one come out, and I guessed at what it was. And I asked the crew if they knew, and nobody knew what it was. But what is that?
That's actually one of our Mardi Gras specials right now we're doing. That's the Cajun sausage and chicken jambalaya. So that comes with the Cajun rice on the bottom, the chicken, and the Cajun sausage on top, and there's a little bit of green onion and tomato on the top.
Wow, you got a mixture there, jambalaya with the Cajuns and the sausage.
That's a real southern treat. It's very popular in New Orleans for Mardi Gras and all that, and that's also served with a hot piece of cornbread or a homemade biscuit.
All right. Moving right on down here, take a look at this. This is garnished up beautifully right here. Talk about this plate.
Well, these are the spuds that Sean was talking about. It's our country-style potatoes. It has cheese with it, tomatoes, green onions, and the avocado along with it.
So this is one of our breakfast dishes? Or?
Yes, you can get it as just like that by itself, or you can get it as a side with your breakfast.
We're down in the breakfast neighborhood right now. Take a look at this here. This is an omelet, I can tell.
Yep, that's our butter omelet right there, and it has the barbecue chopped beef in mixed with it, and then you also have the salsa and the avocado.
All right, and right back down here we have one of my favorite things for breakfast. It looks like we've got the country fried steak.
Yes, that's one of my favorites also. The chicken fried steak with the over medium eggs, and I think our chicken fried steak is one of the best chicken fried steaks you can get up here.
Well, when you top it with that gravy and all that, you got the flavor right there. Like it says, put a little south in your mouth, and this is a southern comfort food. And before we get to the sampling, I got to ask about this dessert item down here, because this is one of your specials right now, right?
Yes, this is one of our specials. It's actually served as an appetizer for breakfast. It's almost like, basically it's a New Orleans French donut. It's called the beignets. And they have the powdered sugar on it. It's a yeast base, and it has served with the syrup also.
Now, I was in New Orleans in 38-degree temperature with the wind blowing, blustery wind, and people lined up outside of Cafe Du Monde to get in to get the... And powdered sugar is flying everywhere in this big giant tent.
Yes, and we've actually had some people who tell us that we come very, very close to them.
So we got the flavor right here in the beignet.
Yes.
All right, and you can also get, look here, you want some of these, you got beer on draft here, you've got bottled beer from New Orleans, you've got the Dixie Beer, a few different ones that you can actually get here.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't think too many people have these right here, some of the Dixie beers we have. And then this one right here is like almost like a bourbon beer. It's a dark beer, sipping beer. And then we also have the old-fashioned root beer also.
All right, well, it's time to sit down at the table and actually sample some food. So I'm going to gather up the crew, and we're going to get around the table, and we'll be trying some food. Well, and you can see the boys are here. There's Caden, Connor's right here, and we have a special anniversary out here, Nina, also celebrating. I didn't know this was going to happen this way today, but it did. It's actually my son, Chris, and my daughter-in-law, Mary. They're right here, and this is their wedding anniversary today.
Wow.
5 years today.
Wow, congratulations.
So they came to the right place. Look at the spread of food out here. So it happened to be that way. Mary baked a cake just special for Chris. And she does these sort of things. She does the confection type stuff. And there you see, that's a replica of the cake topper from their wedding cake.
Wow, that's really nice.
So she did that one. But listen, I'm going to be sampling a little bit of this right here. The fried apple pie, red velvet cake, and you've got the peach cobbler out here today, along with the beignets. And everything is done here. You bake it all here?
Yes, we make everything here fresh ourselves.
Yeah. See, a lot of places don't. So, I mean, you can really get the taste and the flavor, and you can tell, can't you?
Yes, this is true. We're not buying any of our desserts frozen or anything. We have a prep cook, Peter. He's been here with us for about, I think it's been 3 years now. Yeah. He's back there. He gets trained first before he does everything. So anytime a new recipe comes out, he gets trained, and he gets back in that kitchen cooking.
Now, is there a right way? Take a look down here, Jared. Everybody's kind of digging in now. Mary's got some beef ribs going. The baby backs over there Chris is looking at. And we've got the special. We've got the Cajun Jambalaya with the Cajun sausage in there and the rice and everything. And a lot of flavor. Jody's gone after some of the appetizers with the fried green tomatoes. Is there a right way and wrong way to eat this food?
Nah, you just dig in and enjoy.
Nothing with the spices, nothing you want to eat first, nothing you want to wait and...
No, not really. It just depends on the person. When a lot of people go for the sides first, and then they go for after the meat, the smoked meats to go with it. But really, it's just however you choose to eat. Just go ahead, dig in, and have fun.
Yeah, I'm a meat person first, and then I go back and I kind of go back and do that. But we're going to enjoy out here, and we hope you'll plan to come to Johnny Reb's here on 7th Street in Victorville. Nina, thanks for having us out again.
Thank you so much for coming in. It's always fun.
And happy Mardi Gras.
And the same to you.
Yep. We're going to be out here throwing beads. We'll be back. Maybe you'll see us here. You never know. Stay with us. We're going to be right back to wrap it up. Johnny Reb, 7th Street in Victorville, simply because you ought to know. We'll be right back. Well, that's going to put the wraps on another show, everybody. And here's the whole gang from Johnny Reb's. Give them a wave, everybody. Nina and the whole gang out here, Johnny Reb, 7th Street in Victorville. And we've got everybody here, Odyssey Television staff, everybody out here today for this show enjoying the food. And we hope you're going to plan to do that right here, 7th Street in Victorville. You can come out and enjoy the beef ribs, baby back ribs, the sausage, all the specials for Mardi Gras. How about that? The desserts. I'm going to be headed for the red velvet cake here in just a few minutes. Shh, don't tell anybody. And the boys, well, they're digging in too. Take a shot right here. Caden is all excited. You could probably hear him in the background. Connor's down here trying some of the different foods, appetizers as it were. Jared, our cameraman, you're about to dig in. You're going to have some beef ribs today? Yes, he is. We hope you'll come and join us right here, 7th Street in Victorville. Again, the phone number, if you need to know, is 760-955-3700, or go to johnnyrebs.com. Why were we here? Simply because you got to put some South in your mouth, and you ought to know. See you next time, everybody.